Hello, my name is Ryan Stover, and over the past 3 units, we've covered many topics and terms. There were 3 terms that stood out to me. The first being building trust. Building trust is a very important part in the process of communication. It helps establish credibility while loosening up the listener. Argumentative was the second term I chose because I thought it fit well with the movie and I can relate to the argumentative circumstances in my own life. Defined, argumentative is expressing divergent or opposite views. This causes the majority of the conflict in the movie and clashes with building trust throughout multiple scenes. The third term I chose was bonding. I picked this because bonding and building trust are related and a big part of any movie. Good Will Hunting is one of my favorite movies and was fortunately on the list. This movie is about Will Hunting, a 20-year-old college janitor and unrecognized genius. After constant run-ins with the law, he agrees to see a therapist and study advanced mathematics with Gerald Lambeau, a renowned professor, instead of serving time. After many intense therapy sessions and giving Lambeau a mental breakdown, Will starts to confront his past and is forced to deal with his future. I chose this film because it shows how intricate communication can be. Plus, who wouldn't want to be a 20-year-old genius with a mind comparable to Einstein? Building trust is a fundamental part in communication and is seen throughout the movie. When Will is assigned to a new therapist, they always try to build some sort of trust with him, but were constantly shut down. After the fifth therapist had quit, Will met Sean, Lambeau's college roommate, who taught psychology at a community college in Boston. I can relate to this because of my experience with college professors and the impact they have on young minds. After a few failed sessions, Sean started to build trust by relating to Will's past. This is similar to my past when I was trying to build trust with my parents. When trying to persuade my parents to buy me a car, they would bring up their past and would remind me that they didn't get a car until they were 22. Sometimes when building trust fails, things can get very argumentative. Arguments are naturally going to arise in conversation and communication, and come up even more often when the patient is smarter than the therapist. Will constantly has argumentative outbreaks and uses them as a defense mechanism. During one of Sean and Will's sessions, they get into a heated argument over one of Sean's paintings. This brought back memories of my dad and I sometimes getting into fights over simple things, such as taking the dog for a walk or doing homework. We would often yell subjective statements back and forth until he realized he was the adult and would send me to bed. Bonding is seen from start to finish. It's seen first when Will is hanging out with his foster brothers, again when he meets the woman of his dreams, and at the end with his newfound friend Sean. Throughout the therapy sessions, Sean was able to bond with Will and create trusting relationships. This is relevant to me now looking at my relationship with my father. Over the years, we built up a stronger bond just like Will and Sean. During the first few therapy sessions, Sean would call Will sport. By the last therapy session, Sean referred to Will as son. This hit home for Will, never having a father. He broke down into tears. I realized that this bond was the climax of the movie, which further proves my earlier statement that bonding is a big part of any movie. I have learned that communication is much deeper than just talking to each other. It includes written language and visuals, along with bonding, arguments, and trust. We experience these terms in our everyday life more than we think. I believe the movie was a perfect example of this because while watching, it was very easy to notice the deeper levels of communication. This film taught me that communication is about understanding the other person's point of view. Thank you.